guys, so happy VEDA. Today I wanted to talk about dumping syndrome. I had gastric bypass surgery in December of 2012, and a little bit about my history. I am, well, I consider myself compulsive eater, binge eater, food addict, whatever. I use food in inappropriate ways, and usually to help me with stress. But I mean, I use food to celebrate when I'm sad, when I'm happy, all emotions. Food seems to be involved, or cravings for food. So that being said, after my gastric bypass surgery, I'd had a lot leading up to it and was under stress. And so I continued to binge eat even 6 months after my surgery. Now, of course, the portions weren't very big, but I found I could eat a small amount all day long. And that was a really tough time. And around June, I started going to Overeaters Anonymous. I stepped up therapy, changed medications. So thankfully, with all those changes, it really helped me get a control on the emotional aspect. But I don't recall having many problems with dumping right after surgery. I don't know why that was, but in 2014, and in 2013, I guess. October 2013, I stopped eating sugar, and then into 2014, and I want to say around October, September, October of 2014, I kind of fell off the wagon a bit and had some sugar here and there. And I wouldn't consider myself necessarily sugar-free right now, although I really try not to consume sugar. But in times where I'm feeling stressed, or if pie is put in front of me, I kind of like look at that like, well, today I'm gonna have the pie and I'm not gonna beat myself up about it. So that's how I'd been living for a while, and I'm not saying that's the right way to be, because I still struggle with that, and for the most part do pretty well with my eating, but I definitely have my moments. So a little story to tell you. Daniel and I had went out for the day, and on our way back there was an A&W restaurant. It's like a fast food place, and they have root beer floats, and there isn't one here, and so it brought up memories of root beer floats, and in my mind I convinced myself it'd be a great idea, and so I said, oh, let's stop at A&W and get root beer floats. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, I don't know, and drove by. And I was like, you drove by? And he was like, do you really want one? And I said, yeah. So we turned around and we ended up getting the whips, which are the root beer floats mixed together, blended. And we got smalls, and I started drinking it. And in the car, I mean, and I'll admit, it tasted amazing because I hadn't had one in so long, and it was a great day. It was part of the experience. And so in my head, I'm like, I don't know why I think I have a problem. I mean, this is amazing. It's been such a great day. This tastes so good. I got a small. I was able to control myself. Just like this conversation in my head. And probably about 10-20 minutes later, we're still driving, and I'm like, oh God. Oh no. I mean, whenever I have the dumping syndrome, I don't throw up, but I feel certainly really nauseous and dizzy, and my heart beats fast, and I just have a hard time sitting still, as I'm trying not to throw up, most likely, because I hate throwing up. So we had pulled over, and I said, we just need to get home. And he's just like, kind of, wow. And excuse me, I try to play it cool. Like, I really just was like, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Like, let's just get there. And so we got home, and I just rested for a bit, and kind of slept it off, which in the past, if I'm binging by myself and I have a piece of cake or something. That's what I plan on, is plan on feeling sick and taking a nap. And so rested, and then we had dinner. I'd made something in the crock pot, and so we had dinner, and I still wasn't very talkative, and drank some water, ate some food, and then I finally kind of started coming back to myself. So him and I talked about it after, and he's like, what was that? So I told him, you know, I never want you to be my food police. I don't, A, want to put him in that position, and B, I don't want to have resentments towards him if he ever tries to tell me, you know, how to eat, how to lose weight, how to exercise, etc. You know, those are things I need to come to grips with myself, because I carry a lot of resentment towards people who try to tell me how to do things. And that comes from being a fat kid and everybody telling me how to go on a diet and just chew sugarless gum and just drink Diet Pepsi, and, you know, and the media does it too. And so, and I think he understood what, you know, what I was saying. But I did say, if you ever start to notice me talking myself into consuming some sort of sugar product, maybe be like, remember that time we went to A&W? Like, are you prepared to like feel sick and then have to take a nap? Do we have time for that in our day? But you know, I think I learned my lesson enough in having that experience in front of someone else that I don't really want to do that. So yeah, for those of you unfamiliar with what dumping is, for someone that's had gastric bypass, my small intestine has been rerouted. So a portion of that usually breaks down something like sugar isn't there anymore. And this also affects how vitamins and minerals and nutrients are absorbed, how calories are absorbed, and then how something like sugar is absorbed. So in the past, when binging, or when I know I'm intentionally eating sugar, Daniel and I kind of joke around, I call it the chicken chaser, because if I really wanted sugar, if I ate it with some protein, that would kind of help buffer it and I wouldn't get so sick. This is an addict's mind, people. I don't want to live like that. I don't like living like that, but I want to be as completely honest with you guys as possible and share my experience, because I'm sure you guys have gone through it too, and I feel like the more we share about it, the less shame we have to carry about it. So him and I were talking about video ideas, and he's like, you should share about that. And I said, oh, but it's so embarrassing. And he said, but someone else might get something from it. So anyway, just wanted to share that, and leave me a comment below. Let me know if you have experienced dumping, what it's like for you, if you relate to being a compulsive eater or food addict or sugar addict, and how you cope with it. I would love to hear it. So thank you guys, and have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye.